Hey guys, it's the Faceless Beanie, and in this one I'll quickly go over the brand new Command Intrinsic and explain how you can get the most out of it. Disclaimer, if you haven't completed the War Within quest or ever played Railjack before, this video is not for you. Let's get into it. The Command Intrinsic is a new set of intrinsics that allows you to command your own group of crewmates. They'll help you on your Railjack adventures. Tier 1 allows you to unlock your first crew member. After unlocking Tier 1, head to Fortuna and meet Ticker, where you'll be able to recruit crew members. These crew members will each have various stats and will cost either credits or Railjack resources. Those that cost credits will come with 8 attribute or competency points, while those costing rare resources come with 10 competency points. Depending on the syndicates you are allied with, you'll be given a discount or taxed on your recruitment. For instance, I'm allied with the Red Veil and I received a discount when hiring a Red Veil crewmate, but the parent sequence hates me, and so my hire will cost more instead. Once you've hired a crewmate, head back to your dry dock, where you'll now see your crewmate ready for you to allocate competency points to any of the 5 attributes in addition to what they already have. Piloting will increase maximum Railjack speed while they are piloting. Gunnery helps with accuracy and your turrets heating up. Repair improves repair and self-healing times. Combat increases the crew members' damage against boarding parties, and endurance increases their health and shields. Competency points are unlocked by ranking up your Command Intrinsic. You'll unlock the maximum of 3 when you hit rank 6, and rank 7 will allow you to rescale your points allocated to crew members as you like. You can also unlock up to a maximum of 3 crew members by hitting rank 5. You can only have 3 crew members actively equipped at any one time, but you can hire more and store them with additional purchase slots costing 20 platinum each. Your crew members can be equipped with any rifle, pistol or shotgun from your arsenal. All mods equipped on the weapon will apply just as if you're using it. Lastly, you can assign roles to your crewmates. The defender will move around, waiting to eliminate boarding parties. The pilot will focus on piloting your Railjack. The gunner will focus on your turrets, while the engineer will focus on repairs. You can switch up these roles on the fly while you're in game. If you want, a Cover Lich can be assigned to any one of the 3 crew member slots, but at the time of this video, it'll be unable to perform any other roles aside from Defender, in that its sole purpose is to defend your ship from boarding parties. Let's get into gameplay and how each crewmate behaves, starting with the pilot. As of right now, the pilot is very good at one thing, and that's maneuvering the Railjack. The pilot tends to maneuver the Railjack away from danger, and most of the time this means away from points of interest. If you're in the Railjack, the pilot will slowly hover around points of interest but prioritize safety over the objectives. If you get out into your Archwing, he'll start roaming around more rapidly, allowing gunners to get more work done. If you want to rely on the pilot, it's best to rely on him to either drive you around while you're in the gunner's seat, or let him secure your Railjack while you get into your Archwing and complete objectives. Every time you extract from a point of interest, the Railjack pilot will bring the Railjack close to you for boarding. That is, if you're not using Omni Recall. The pilot isn't smart enough at the moment to stop when you enter forward artillery, so relying on the pilot to stop for cruise ships will be futile. If this is updated, it'll be reflected in the pinned comment. The gunner does exactly as prescribed, firing down enemy fighters as you pilot past them with aimbot-like accuracy, albeit at somewhat reduced range. 2 gunners on your Railjack will be able to fend off almost all incoming firepower, depending on your armaments of course. The engineer prioritizes repairs, including hull breaches over anything else. They tend to focus on repairs even if being attacked, so they may be downed in the process occasionally. The engineer can double as a defender if he has nothing to repair. The defender lurks around the ship, waiting for a boarding party to come crashing in. As soon as it does, he starts blasting them. That's his job. An engineer can simultaneously be a defender, so it's recommended to just stick with an engineer instead of assigning one of your crewmates to be a defender. If you insist on a defender, the Cover Lich is far more powerful than any crewmate you can recruit for this. There's a couple of ways you can set up for the ideal experience. The first is if you mostly want to fly around in your Archwing and use your Railjack just for the sake of getting into the mission, you'd want a pilot, a gunner and an engineer. The pilot will ensure the Railjack is flying in safe areas and your gunner will repel incoming fighters. You'll be able to get your objectives done without worrying about the health of your Railjack in this case. Next, if you want to pilot your Railjack yourself, go with 2 gunners and an engineer. The gunners will keep clearing enemies while you fly around, while the engineer will go around patching up your ship and handling boarding parties. When you park your Railjack at a point of interest, you can either leave the setup as is or change one gunner into a defender to repel against boarding parties while you're away. Doing the latter will allow a crew member to be revived if downed, as the gunners usually stay put in their positions and don't help with boarding parties. Either way, your Railjack should be relatively safe, and this is the preferred setup at the moment. Remember that if a crewmate is downed and dies, they will not be usable again until you extract to the dry dock. Finally, rank 9 of the Command Intrinsic allows you to place one of your crewmates on call to summon them in normal missions like a Spectre. The crewmate will relatively pack a punch, but once they die, there's a 10-minute cooldown on a recall and you can't revive them. Rank 10 Command Intrinsic is unavailable at the time of this video and will be updated at a later date. That's about it. Keep in mind, Command Intrinsic at this point is in its early stages. Any changes will be noted in the pinned comment down below or an updated video if required. With that, I hope this helped you out. This is the Faceless Beanie signing out.